Coca-Cola is about more than just a secret formula. It's also about cola wars, collectibles, branding, marketing, and even NFTs in the metaverse. Here's how a soft drink created it all. The first Coke. The world saw the introduction of the famous Coca-Cola soft drink in the late 19th century. Over 100 years later, Coca-Cola is still the reigning king of soft drinks today. Coca-Cola was invented by American pharmacist Dr. John S. Pemberton, and the drink was first sold at a pharmacy in Atlanta. 2 years later, the drink was bought out by an American businessman by the name of Asa Griggs Candler. Candler went on to start the Coca-Cola Company, and thanks to his marketing skills, Coca-Cola soon became the most popular soft drink in the world. Everyone knows the name Coca-Cola, but may not know where the name comes from. The name refers to two of Coca-Cola's original ingredients, coca leaves and cola nuts. Today, the Coca-Cola Company is one of the most successful brands in the world. In one study of best global brands, the company was ranked the world's 6th most valuable brand in 2020. The first Coke product was sold for the low price of 5 cents. And that price stayed the same for over 70 years. While Coke only sold 25 bottles in its first year, today the equivalent of 1.9 billion bottles are consumed worldwide every single day. While the original Coke bottles were straight-sided bottles with metal stoppers, the bottle design saw many changes over the years. It eventually became the contoured glass bottle that is still one of the most recognized even to this day. By the early 60s, the Coca-Cola Company began selling the drink in a can. As the years passed, the design of the cans changed, but the original design still looks a lot like the cans that we have today. The Coca-Cola Company works with bottling partners to get their products into the reach of millions. Their revenue comes from selling the concentrates and syrups to bottling facilities around the world. After the concentrates are combined with carbonated water and sweeteners, the drink is then packaged and sold to distributors, who get it to the stores and then into our hands. Fans and collectibles. Beyond the world of soft drinks, the Coca-Cola Company has captured the interest of collectors. Originally, there weren't really any specific collectibles designed for the collector market. It was just regular marketing materials like store signs and drink dispensers, because they were the only Coca-Cola branded items you could collect. These items may not have been expensive to produce at the time, but have since become highly treasured relics of the past. People greatly value what is rare, and Coca-Cola items are no exception. Now, in the modern era, there is an overwhelming amount of Coca-Cola merchandise. This includes Funko Pops, plushies, toys, keychains, pens, and even pet collars. You'll be able to show your love for your favorite soft drink with Coca-Cola-themed pajamas, tees, hoodies, socks, and mugs. But that's only beginning to scratch the surface. Let's not forget the sports equipment, bags, coolers, prints, and collector books. You can also buy Coca-Cola branded bottle openers, puzzles, checkers, and playing cards. As you can probably tell by now, the Coca-Cola collectibles market is massive. If you can put the Coca-Cola logo on it, it probably exists. People are so interested in Coca-Cola's history that a museum was even opened in 2007. The World of Coca-Cola Museum is located in Atlanta, Georgia, where it showcases the history of the company while honoring their roots. Coca-Cola is so much more than a carbonated soft drink. The successful marketing campaigns, collectibles, and the fans have helped the brand become a household name all across the world. Myths and legends. It's no secret that Coca-Cola's marketing campaigns have had a huge impact on American culture. Contrary to what some people might believe, though, Santa Claus was not created by the Coca-Cola Company. Coca-Cola, however, did help shape the modern image of Santa. It is their depiction of Santa that helped define the style of the modern Santa Claus. The look of the thick white beard, white fur trim, and the velvet red suit was created by artist Haddon Sundblom. Sunblom was commissioned to create an advertising image for the Coca-Cola Company, which led to the present-day legendary Christmas mascot. Another misconception that people still have is the belief that Coca-Cola has the potential to dissolve a tooth overnight. Due to phosphoric acid being present in the soft drink, the rumor quickly spread. You don't have to be a dentist to know that this is not true. The concentration of acids present in Coke is lower than the acidic content found in an orange. And there's no myth that orange juice dissolves teeth overnight. There's only a small amount of phosphoric acid in Coca-Cola, which adds to the taste of the drink. If you ever wondered whether Coca-Cola tastes different in different countries, you might be surprised to know that the ingredients and process used to make Coca-Cola are the same in all countries. Our perception of how the drink tastes can be affected by how the drink was stored beforehand and at what temperature we drink Coke. Please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. Logo, brand, and marketing. Pharmacist John S. Pemberton may have invented the drink, but he wasn't responsible for the brand's marketing success. That credit goes to Frank M. Robinson, who created the iconic logo and came up with the product name. Without a doubt, the Coca-Cola logo is one of the most recognized logos of all time. Could you imagine going, almost anywhere and never seeing the Coca-Cola logo? It would feel like stepping into a whole new world. Brand reach has been incredibly extensive, with the product making its way into nearly every corner of the globe. There are only 2 countries that currently do not sell Coke: Cuba and North Korea. In other countries around the world, you'll see Coca-Cola soda fountains, vending machines, and products all over. We are constantly bombarded with Coca-Cola commercials on TV, ads on the internet, billboards, and product placements in our television shows and movies. On top of that, unlike any other soft drink, Coca-Cola has an overwhelming amount of merchandise, which only helps further market the product. The company was able to reach new heights early on through sponsorships. They were the first commercial sponsor of the Olympics and have supported every edition of the Olympic Games since the 1920s. In the 90s, the Summer Olympics were appropriately held in the city of Atlanta, the birthplace of Coca-Cola. Outside of the Olympics, the company has had a long history of sponsoring major events and organizations around the world. These sponsorships include American Idol, the BET Network, NASCAR, and the NCAA. They have also been a sponsor of the professional esport Overwatch League and have been part of marketing campaigns for movies such as James Bond, The Avengers, and Star Wars. Mistakes. New Coke. While the Coca-Cola Company may be very successful, not all of their products have been smash hits. A reduced-calorie version of Coca-Cola called Coca-Cola Life was introduced in 2013. Unfortunately, it underperformed and it was discontinued in 2020. Other discontinued products include many flavored Cokes and Coca-Cola C2. These variants of Coke did not meet the company's sales expectations. The greatest product failure, however, was the release of New Coke. In response to Pepsi beginning to outsell Coke in the early 80s, New Coke was an attempt to give the customers something new. The Coca-Cola Company retired the original Coke and replaced it with the New Coke formula. But was New Coke a success? No, it wasn't. There was a mass uproar. The response to New Coke was so bad that it gave rise to protests, petitions, and many angry phone calls and letters. Remember, this was 1985 and predated the internet. New Coke didn't last 3 months before the original formula returned to store shelves. To differentiate it from New Coke, the original Coke was named Coca-Cola Classic. Coca-Cola Classic received a major sales boost, and just like that, Coca-Cola was the king of soft drinks once again. Some believe that New Coke was a marketing ploy to reinvigorate interest in the original Coke, which the company has denied. Nonetheless, it became one of the biggest marketing fails in history and a lesson on the risk of tampering with a beloved product. Cola Wars. Some people are still unable to tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke. This was also the case during the 70s, when Pepsi invited people at malls and shopping centers to participate in the famous Pepsi Challenge. The Pepsi Challenge was a taste test where blindfolded participants drank both Coke and Pepsi, then responded with which they thought tasted best. Results of the test showed that Pepsi was preferred by more Americans. These results were heavily promoted in Pepsi's marketing campaigns, which caused the Coca-Cola company to worry about their rival for the first time. In response, Coca-Cola started issuing press releases questioning the results of the Pepsi Challenge. This was a PR nightmare for Coke, with their frightened state on full display. Even though people seemed to prefer Pepsi over Coke, customers weren't really changing their buying habits. They were already familiar with Coke and were comfortable sticking with the brand. If Pepsi indeed tasted better, it still wasn't enough to get people to switch. Throughout their longtime rivalry, they have both tried to gain the upper hand in marketing. The two companies also competed against each other when releasing diet versions of their original products. In the 80s, the Coca-Cola company introduced Diet Coke to compete with Diet Pepsi. Another arena in which they have competed in? Energy drinks. The Rockstar energy drinks and Mountain Dew energy drinks are owned by PepsiCo. With energy drinks being a growing market, Coca-Cola entered the market with Coca-Cola Energy. In North America, it seems that PepsiCo won the energy battle as Coca-Cola struck out immediately. Due to underwhelming sales numbers, Coca-Cola Energy was discontinued in North America after less than 2 years on store shelves. Future of Coke. The Coca-Cola Company has made big acquisitions throughout its history, acquiring the likes of Costa Coffee, Vitamin Water, and Glaceau Smart Water. Recently, the company announced that they would be acquiring the milk brand Fairlife. We will likely continue to see the company make more acquisitions in the future. As time marches on and as we head into the future, the Coca-Cola Company has announced their goals to go green. They aim to make all their global packaging recyclable by 2025. Additionally, at least 50% of recycled material will be used in their packaging by 2030. The Coca-Cola Company has also announced that they will help collect and recycle a can or bottle for every one they sell by 2030. With goals to go green, packaging for future Coca-Cola products may look a bit different. The company has even developed a paper bottle prototype made from 100% plant-based sources. However, some environmental groups have accused the company of greenwashing. They believe that the company focuses on marketing themselves as environmentally friendly while not truly reducing the company's carbon footprint. We've also heard a lot about the rise of the metaverse recently, with the Coca-Cola Company becoming yet another brand to embrace the new virtual world. The company has already hosted an auction for loot boxes of NFTs. Among the special edition NFTs was a digital Coke-branded bubble jacket. NFTs have been both criticized and embraced, but they are also becoming known for harming the environment. We will have to see how much the Coca-Cola Company will commit to realizing their environmental goals. Odds and ends. To this day, the recipe for Coca-Cola remains unknown. It is one of the best-guarded secrets, having never been uncovered for over 130 years. It's believed that the formula for Coca-Cola syrup is sealed in a vault at the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. The USA may be Coca-Cola's country of origin, but it's Mexico that consumes more of the soft drink than any other country in the world, and by a huge margin. Did you know that Coca-Cola invented the modern coupon? Early in Coca-Cola's history, the company gave away coupons offering people a free glass of Coca-Cola. What started off as a drink in the state of Georgia quickly became a popular drink served in every state. Without this marketing strategy, Coca-Cola would never have caught on so quickly. Combine a great product with effective marketing, and it could result in a huge success. In the present day, the Coca-Cola Company spends an average of $4 billion a year on advertising. To say that Coca-Cola is a well-recognized brand is an understatement. If you liked this video, then check out our video on McDonald's. And, of course, subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for watching.